Welcome to another episode of Ankle Sore and our review of round 22. So last week, we asked if you could share episodes with your friends, and we also asked you to subscribe if you weren't already, and the response was huge. Thank you all very much. While you're watching this one, hit the like button and comment down below. We would love to hear your thoughts on our thoughts. Absolutely. And while we're at it, let's go, gentlemen. Let's talk about round 22, and let's get started.
Isn't that usually the last round?
It usually is. This
Normally,
is the longest round. Sorry, the longest.
Yes, you did mention that last
season in
ever.
history.
Yep.
And Friday night it was Collingwood 16-13, 109, defeated Geelong 15-11, 101. What are your thoughts on this game, gentlemen?
Apologies.
About what?
Chance, you text me during
Here
the
we
night.
go.
Was this the grand final?
No, you text me during the night and you go, they're gone, Collingwood. They're gone.
Well,
Oh,
Darcy
God, I
Moore,
did read the text.
your most favourite player.
Yeah.
They cost some more.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough.
What does it say about Geelong?
They're no good.
Okay. Cameron kicked half of their score.
Exactly.
You should have kicked 10.
Should have kicked 10. Dangerfield had like 30-something.
Yeah,
possessions.
26 touches.
Dangerfield.
Without them, mate, they got embarrassed.
So ultimately, Collingwood beat the 12th side.
Basically. So nothing
And
to
they
get excited
conceded
about.
15-11, 101 to Geelong. I've got a problem with Collingwood's contested footy. You've got a problem with them not having the ability to score at stoppages still. David King during the week or on the weekend said that it was Dangerfield in the middle, but that's it. And
Yeah.
Collingwood are just slow. They're plotters.
Oh,
It's-
he was
it's
having
Pendlebury.
he
It's
was,
Adams.
yeah.
It's Mitchell. And give me a hand on the fourth one. I can't think
Oh, well,
of
it's not
the
De Goey,
fourth
'cause he's got a
midfielder.
bit of
DeGoey.
pace.
DeGoey ain't quick. He's got
he's
pace.
explosive.
He's got
He's
pace with the
explosive.
footy and he moves
Yeah.
the footy quickly.
He's explosive, yeah.
But they're plotters, and Pendlebury's
are.
3 steps behind.
But I'll say
He's-
this, mate. They still get but when they get it, they know how to use it.
They
Absolutely.
do, and they score, and they kick 16, and they needed to kick every one of those 109 points.
Because they won by 8 points
to
in the
beat
end
Geelong.
against.
No, but they lost their best player in the first quarter.
That's okay.
They did, absolutely.
Mate, all of a sudden
It's
that
facts.
structure, that back line becomes shaky.
It does.
Mate, they got out of jail, and I don't know how they did it, but they
Well,
did it. My check kicked 5. That
Yeah.
doesn't happen often.
Yeah,
No.
and your theory on Jeremy Howell, I was waiting. I thought,
went forward.
are they going to pull the trigger? Well, when Moore went down,
Yeah.
they're going to pull the trigger and send Howell back. But no, McRae
Nah.
stuck to it, said, no, we've got to score to win.
And he's a good target.
He's a
And he was
genius,
good target.
mate. Craig McRae. He could have easily panicked then and gone, far out.
Yeah.
I need to put him back.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
Darcy's gone. I need someone that's going to be able to grab
Yeah,
or
for sure.
spoil whatever.
Yeah.
But he stood his ground, mate. I know he didn't kick a bag, but still, he created havoc up there.
Yeah.
Leaps. Makes a
Does
contest.
Collingwood need to invent and manufacture another quick mid? And I'm talking about Dacos. Do they have to throw him through there a little bit?
Josh.
Josh was good, though.
He was good.
He was very
You
good,
see
mate.
the answer
He
while
was
Nick's
one of their
not-
best on the ground.
He was. You see the answer while Nick's not playing, get him through that midfield, get a little bit
Perhaps.
of bite through there.
Perhaps,
They just
yeah,
look
perhaps.
slow. They were scoring and playing well off slow play.
Do
But
you remember a bloke that used to play for Carlton number 2? Slow. It's about
Yeah, I know.
it's how you use the
I know.
football, mate. You know
but
that
you
better
still
than
gotta
me.
get it.
You know that better than me.
yeah,
mate.
I've just got queries when they play Melbourne.
Well, let's see.
They're a contested beast with Petrarca and Oliver,
And Oliver
who
back.
No doubt.
slotted straight in.
Yeah, no.
How are they going to go against Melbourne in a final with that
It'll
problem?
be interesting. Yeah.
Anyway,
I think they'll be fine. To be
you
honest.
have to stick with it.
Oh, I will.
You've got to
I
stick
will.
with it.
I will.
And Andrew, you're right about Geelong. I was wrong.
I know you're.
No, they're done. Yeah, they're done.
You're pretty big on them. I told
Yeah.
you I couldn't take them seriously.
No, they're cooked.
Winning at home.
Yeah, yeah.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
Those games are useless.
Do you reckon they'll, sorry, I was just thinking maybe they'll bring Selwood back next week.
Still won't make a difference.
Saturday in the afternoon, Sydney 18-6, 114. Gold Coast 13-12, 90. The Swans are in 6th spot.
Can you believe it?
They're lucky they're kicking well. Even last week.
Yeah, last
they
week.
had 12 straight to half time, 11
Yeah.
straight.
Your analogy.
They kicked 15-7 last week.
I know. They had less scoring shots than Gold Coast and
Yeah.
won the game by 4 goals.
Your analogy. Kick it through the sticks that are big.
I know.
What else does he say? Footy's not a hard
It's
game.
not a hard game. And these teams.
7 goals between them, the Fords, Sydney.
Yeah.
These teams continue, the coaches continue, goal kicking, we have 5 shots at goal. Mate, you should be having 500 a night. Every player
That's
should
right.
be having 500 shots at goal a night. Don't give me this hamstring thing. Don't run 400 laps then. Run
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
And, do that.
So
'cause
our
you'll win games.
take on Sydney is, I reckon that they'll play finals. I think
Yeah,
they'll play
I think
finals.
they will.
Nah,
I
they'll
I
win a
think they
final.
will.
Depends on where
It
they
depends
end.
on who they play.
Right now, they are
get
hosting a final.
hosting a
They are
final.
hosting a final right now.
I think he owes you an apology.
About?
Hayward kicked 4 goals and had 16 touches.
Oh, so one game makes
no,
him
no.
a superstar.
I think I don't think he's a star.
That's
but
an off-air thing because it's a battle that we're having
he's a good
off-air,
I
aren't
think he's
we?
a good footballer. I agree with you, though. He's a good footballer. He's dangerous. He's smart.
I rate Hayward and you don't.
I don't.
No, I don't say
And
no.
I think he's okay.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
I think he's okay. Yeah, that's
I think
a good
he's okay.
I think he's
Okay,
He's
but you
dangerous.
rate him higher than okay. Yeah, well, there was a player,
Don't start that.
there was a player you were saying, I can't remember who.
Don't bring that up because there'll be 500 comments if you do.
I don't know who we're comparing him against.
I'm not
Do you
saying
remember?
it. Yeah, I do.
Well, say it. I can't.
we
remember.
had a conversation about Isaac Quainer. I think it
Oh
was.
yeah, that's right.
It was
yeah.
a conversation. It wasn't.
Yeah, but that's
I'm defending myself grandly.
Yeah, but that's you can't compare them two.
What did I say? We're
You
comparing
can't compare.
apples and
Yeah,
oranges.
it's one of that saying comes into it.
Because
absolutely.
I think you said Hayward wouldn't be in the AFL's top 200.
Yeah, that's about
And I
right.
know because he loves Quainer, but I just threw in, he's not in the AFL's
If
top
I-
200 either, and then it was on.
if I told you Papley had 24 touches, you'd think he had a field
Kicked
day.
5?
Kick 1-1.
Yeah, one.
Play the midfield.
Yeah, no. That's my next thing.
Anyway.
Went through the midfield a fair bit. Look, Gold Coast, yeah, have a crack. They're just not good enough. It's simple.
Yeah, they're not good enough.
Play
Simple
finals.
as that.
They'll play finals next year, Gold Coast, I reckon.
Oh,
I've
no,
said
no.
that for years. No, I don't
No.
buy it. I don't
Not
buy
with
it.
Hardwick?
Nah.
No, I'm with him. I don't buy it anymore.
I don't buy it. It's like what he's doing, right? So their best player took Miller, right? Had to try and tag someone.
I know.
What does that achieve?
I know, but
So they did it against Brisbane at work.
who's coaching them at the moment?
Who? Stephen King.
That's right.
Yeah, but he pulled the same move last week. You can't just.
But does it count?
What do you mean?
Let's get a pre-season with the new coach.
Yeah, but
a different type of game
But
plan.
I'm just saying, yeah, maybe. Yeah, Hardwick doesn't
and
take
they will.
it.
He will. If Damien Hardwick goes to Gold Coast, he'll attract one player.
Yeah, at
or
least.
two.
Dustin Martin.
Maybe.
Why not? Why not?
They'd be mad. Gold
He's
Coast, I reckon.
I tell you what, Sydney, the Lizard had 24 touches, right?
Mm.
Goulden. Are they going to be a little bit dangerous? I know what happened last year, but are they a little bit dangerous?
In a final in Sydney, yes.
Our boy Rao had a good day out too, 25.
How?
25.
25.
But again, I don't
Amadi
think
got
he's-
injured.
Who?
Amadi got injured.
Yeah, did you? Yeah.
Hamstring.
Again.
I don't think.
How many hamstrings has that bloke
I
done?
know.
Oh.
You got to put him on ice, don't you?
Literally.
Is it a big hamstring? Hamstring's a hamstring, isn't it?
Yeah,
You'd
especially
know
when
all
you've had
about
a
it.
few of
I'm
them.
the king, mate. Hamstring calves, king.
He's had a few of them this year, so I don't know. It's
Let's get on to the next one.
already okay.
Well, we're just moving along. We've
Yeah,
said plenty
that's
about
a
that.
nothing game. Yeah.
Because
Oh dear.
North Melbourne 12-5-77 lost to Essendon 13-8-86. This was the other day game played at Marvel Stadium. Over to you, Vito.
Okay. What do you want me to say?
Oh, what did you think of the game?
Come on.
What did you think of North?
I thought North were okay, honestly. I thought North were
I thought they
okay.
were good.
I don't know who said it. I can't remember who said it in the commentary. I'll be lying. The right thing. Just some stupid decision making through the middle and, handballs to the feet that just cost you turnovers and then go over the top and kick goals. They get that right. I can't remember if it was Jason Dunstall. I don't remember who it was. But if they get that right, they'll be okay. They'll be okay. Likey 5 goals, very good. Langford for Essendon was very good. But it's the same old guys for North not having a crack, Ange.
Such as?
Jaden.
Kick two.
Yeah, but
Paul Curtis gave him one on the goal line. Literally could have
Yeah,
kicked himself.
it was a gimme.
Mate, there was a few times, especially in the last quarter, he's gone, and Jason Dunstall, who never says anything, you heard him. He goes, mate, the game's here to be won. You've got to go harder than that.
yeah.
But I like what I see. Wardlaw, he's
How many touches did he get, Wardlaw? Can you just have a look? I reckon he got no more than 8.
Wardlaw, let's have a look.
Honestly, I honestly don't think he had more than 8.
And I just want to, while I'm looking,
While you're looking,
he's had enough, Todd. He's had enough. I
Well,
think he's had enough.
that's the reason why North.
Wardlaw,
North's not gonna-
Wardlaw 14. Yeah, they'll
14. That's the reason why North have said during the week they're probably not going to re-sign him.
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
Okay, that's fine. Find an adequate replacement because
it's not.
Christian Cherry is not adequate.
That mistake was done
years
3 years ago.
So
North stuffed that up.
I agree. So you're not going to fix it.
Coleman Jones could be the one.
But I get it because, no, I think they've got to look at they've got. I don't know what's in the draft as far as ruckman.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Maybe there's a bloke at the Dogs called Jordan Sweet.
Yeah, I know Jordan.
Who can't get a game obviously because
What
of
do you
Tim
think of
English.
him?
I think he's capable of being as good as or on the levels of Sean Darcy type player.
Okay.
Like he's a big unit. He's not athletic, but he's capable of playing footy every week.
Why'd they just try and get Brody Grundy to be the number
That
one ruck?
too.
Like, I
That
reckon
too.
they'd be
Look,
silly.
how old is he,
They've
Brody?
got a young-
29, 30. But it's got 3 years.
Yeah, I agree.
The theory, I think Port Adelaide are really into him already.
Yeah, okay.
But the
Really?
thing is, like, North's got that small, young group of midfielders that are growing together at the same age. So bring in a ruckman
He'd be
who's
perfect.
going to go with them for the same time
Oh, you're
span.
talking about getting a younger ruck.
Yeah, why not? Why not? You're going to go to the draft 3 more times in the top 10
Yeah.
in 2 months, 3 months' time.
Yeah.
Bring a ruckman in as well.
But he's
And
got to
go,
be
right,
an
you are
adequate
going,
ruckman.
Yeah, well,
that's the issue, you know.
of course, you're not going to pick up, and ruckman you pick up it in the top, 60. You get him in 50. You don't get him in.
But my point is do you bring like a Brady Grundy in who's already made? He's got.
Is that
runs
the
on
same
board,
as
right?
like just Todd Goldstein running around, and then in 3
5
years'
years younger.
time? Yeah, I know, but in 3 years'
Oh,
time,
I'd take Brody Grundy. Yeah, I would.
But I just think it's like for 3 to 4 years, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
Right. He's good. He could do a lot in 3 or 4 years, right? Could still be a good. Paul Salmon was good at 36
Yeah,
when he went to
yeah,
Hawthorn,
I know.
right? So
went back to Essendon. Didn't
went
he?
back to Essendon after Hawthorn.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I'm
right.
saying. Like,
Yeah, he
did.
ruckman, they can play on a bit.
They can.
I'm not saying he's the answer, but I think you need some in that ruck position, some senior because the kids are very young in the midfield.
Oh
right?
yeah.
I reckon a bit of leadership from Grundy. Mate, he's been at Collingwood, he's been at Melbourne. Two pre-successful clubs.
Yeah.
I think next year we're going to be a better side. No, I do. Honestly do.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't know the stat on this. First year play win the best and fairest. Does that happen a lot?
At North alone? Or
Oh,
any
just
club?
in general. Because
No.
Shoes has got it wrapped up. I
I'm
reckon.
sure.
Yeah, it's happened.
I'll do
'cause
some
I know-
research. And
I know it's happened.
Do you agree Shoes has got it wrapped up?
I think so. Yeah, I would say
LDU
so.
hasn't missed too many games.
Did Dacos win last year?
LDU.
No, he was fantastic yesterday.
I
No doubt. about it.
don't know. LDU.
No, he was very good. No,
Good.
he was excellent.
He was. He was excellent.
Good to hear. What was his efficiency?
I didn't look at that.
Probably
How many
92%.
possessions?
Yeah, 28 or
I
something.
think you
Yeah.
sent me a picture. It was 97 at one stage.
Oh, he was the highest ranked player at halftime.
yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
just,
he was.
just on
He was.
North's results this year, I spoke to you about that after the game. And they lost to Essendon now twice this year.
By
Yeah.
kick.
By kick.
Pretty much.
Should have beaten St Kilda a couple of weeks ago. They were in
Sydney,
front, lost by
we've
kick.
gone through that.
Sydney was a clerical error. We've gone through all these losses. They've lost like 6 games by less than a kick.
The only thing I'll
Unbelievable.
say,
Don't know how to win.
So even if they win 3 of those, they've won 5 for the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, that's all right.
but here's the problem. I said this 16 weeks ago. Jack Siebel.
Here we go.
Okay. So tell me he did not cost North the game
That last quarter, have you watched
yesterday.
it?
I'm led to believe, yeah.
That last
Okay.
quarter
Yeah, I
was
watched it.
nothing
So
short of horrendous.
What I said 16 weeks ago when he cost you a game, I said he should
Yeah,
never
his
play
last-
again.
yeah.
Oh,
only
man.
because you need a kid to figure that out for the next 7 years. Not right, and he's done it again in round 22.
He's done some. Did you see?
right.
Yeah.
If that was a young kid doing that, he probably would have learnt. Jack Siebel's got nothing to learn. He's what he is, right?
He's got 2 games to go.
One.
Or 1 game.
This week's his last game. He said,
Oh, is it?
"Yeah,
He's not travelling, mate.
He's not going to Launceston?
too hard, mate.
Anyway, we haven't spoken about Essendon. I think we need to speak about them.
Go ahead.
Well,
Poor.
I wouldn't say poor because they got over the line in the end, right?
Yeah, but they're poor.
They're average.
They beat
And I-
West Coast by a point last week. They struggled against
points, I think.
North.
Anyway, yeah, less than a kick and beat North
Should
by
have lost both
They're
games.
poor. They
beat
probably should have
North
lost
by a
both
kick and a
games.
half, whatever it was. Oh, they got a lot of work to do. You're
A
right.
lot
I
of
don't know
work
about
to do.
poor, but they got a lot of work to do. And
I'm disappointed in
if they
them,
happen
I'll
to
be
if they happen to make finals.
They won't. They,
I don't think
yeah,
they can.
I don't think they can.
Well,
We've got GWS next week.
They're mid.
Collingwood in the last round.
They're mid-tier players. You tell me. Barring a couple of them, the mid-tier players are just okay.
That's their weakness.
You know, like well, the Hobbs I like. Who's the other one in that similar vein?
In through the mid.
yeah.
You've got Nick Martin, who was their
No,
best.
he's good. He's good.
Joe
you-
Caldwell didn't play.
No, he
What
didn't
you got
play.
question marks about?
Yeah, not Hobbs. There's another that's similar.
Snelling.
Yeah, those
Menzie.
guys. Those guys.
Yeah.
those
They're like I said a few weeks ago, they're all the same
they're all the
size.
But they're
same.
young. They're young, right? So,
Yeah, and I'm not having a go at them.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is they've got work to do. I mean, I know we have, but let's be honest. North could have won yesterday and probably
Yeah.
should have in the end.
But Essendon's come a long way with the new with a new coach.
Yeah, they've
and
done
the,
a lot
the game
better.
plan's
Yeah,
been
100%.
100%.
But I
remodelled.
think I was scoring pretty easily mid-season.
Can't score now.
And he's like real little. Oh, I don't get it.
That's typical Brad Scott.
But I agree with you. We can't afford to lose McKay.
Let's get on to the Twilight game,
Anyway,
which was at the GABBA. Brisbane 15-9-99. Oh, geez, Adelaide 13-15-93, and the Crows nearly ran over the top of them. They were cruising
Incredible.
Brisbane with 10 minutes to go. But before
Needs
we
to go to the
talk
toilet.
about anything, I want to say something. I found out during the week, it's public knowledge, but I don't know why it's only sprung up on me now. Brisbane would want to make use of their home ground advantage.
yeah.
They've won all 10 of their games this year at the GABBA.
Have they?
They'll probably do it next year because the year after,
Yeah.
they're out of there for 5 years.
Where are they going?
They don't know.
rebuilding, aren't
They
they?
are rebuilding
Are they
the GABBA for the 232 Commonwealth Olympic Games.
Games.
They are out of there. 5 years they've got to find a home ground.
It's going to be.
Oh, well.
So
They ain't
Sam
winning
Newman,
this
mate,
year.
they've offered
I
them
promise you.
to go to the Gold Coast. Apparently they said no. There's a place called Springfield Park where they play practice matches out in outskirts of
Rick
Brisbane.
Springfield, that's Rick Springfield.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why won't they be?
Simpsons live out there. Or Brisbane
So
Showgrounds,
They
which
see Jesse's girl as well.
yeah, or the Showgrounds, which they'll redo like a bit like Giant Stadium. But the point is,
Yeah.
they're out of there for 5 years. Is eternity.
It is.
yeah.
It's not 1 year.
It's
where
not
you-
1 year. It's eternity in football life.
Why?
Don't you think?
Oh,
I
no
agree.
doubt.
That's massive. Why don't they come play in Fitzroy? Why don't they come play Melbourne?
Yeah. Why don't they come and play Brunswick Street Oval?
They're the Brisbane Lions.
Junction Oval.
No, Brunswick Street Oval before that.
You
Honestly, why
love
don't
it.
they? They really have
I
to
love
go
it.
and play at grounds with a capacity of 5,000 in Brisbane.
I
do they?
agree. You're saying
Come on.
Did you say Junction Oval?
No, not necessarily.
No,
Play
no,
in Melbourne. Remember, it's Brisbane Lions, right? There's a lot of
Fitzroy, absolutely.
supporters
Oh, I
that
love
follow
it.
Them.
Yeah, I agree with him.
give them 1 year.
Yeah.
Don't have to be the 5
No,
years.
exactly.
Nah.
Give them the first year.
Give them the first
And then
year.
just see where it goes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, oh, you
Oh,
like
you're
that,
onto
don't
something. I do.
you? Yeah.
That would really tickle the
Do you reckon they'll kick if someone gets angry, if they play at the Junction Oval, they'll kick the ball out of the ground?
the old Junction Oval. It's still
could.
around and kicking. Anyway, this game. Sorry.
They ain't win the flag, Brisbane.
I agree.
Zero chance.
No,
Zero.
Angelo, no.
They can have 2 home finals. They're
No,
not
Angelo.
good enough. They're not good enough. That Brisbane, Adelaide probably should have won that. in the
Yeah.
end.
28 shots. I know
Yeah.
it doesn't work like that.
I know.
But jeez,
They're okay early, Brisbane.
yeah,
They got the job done, and then
I
they probably
just don't like
pulled
them.
stumps up too early in that game.
Yeah, but that's not gonna. That's
Brisbane, like I said, they were 21 up with 5 minutes to play.
I don't like them. I just something.
There's something I agree with that.
I just don't like them. They,
you
for
texting
6
your mum?
weeks.
I'm having a look, mate, some of these stats.
Texting on air.
No,
Get
no.
onto it. Let us. What do you got there?
Yeah, I'm looking at some of these stats because I was interested in some of the stats and I was looking at it yesterday. McCluggage had 28 touches, kicked 2 goals, but what I saw of it, turnovers. I watched a bit of the, the mini turnovers. What's going on there? Like, he's a good field kick. I know he's not a good kick for goal.
Yeah.
He's a good
Yeah.
field kick, mate.
He
He was
is.
turning it over.
Pressure. It does it.
I don't think they can. What I'm getting at, what I'm trying to get at, what you're saying is right. I don't think they can handle the pressure of finals. They might win a final. I'm not saying they won't. To
Yeah.
win the flag,
This is
No.
so their first final. They'll finish. We don't know.
They could finish 4th.
They're not going to host one anyway in week 1,
Unlikely now that Port won.
but they'll get the double chance and they'll play at home in week 2.
yeah.
And they could play a Sydney or a Carlton. They won't beat Carlton because
No, they
Carlton.
won't. They just won't.
We'll talk about Carlton in a minute.
I reckon they're gone. I reckon they had their
They'll
chance.
do their
2
obligatory
years ago.
semi-final
Yeah,
victory. They'll get to the
yeah.
preliminary final, and
And then your Charlie Cameron of the world and all those blokes. He's right. They just won't be able to deal with it.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I agree with you. I'm with you on that.
I'm not saying that. I just rated them for a long time.
Yeah.
And they're getting to the point where I'm starting to have to
Yeah,
agree.
Yeah. And as for Adelaide, geez, they're going to be good next year.
Yeah, I think so.
They're going to be.
Yeah.
They're going to be a danger next year.
Yeah, they move the ball well. They're quick.
Well,
they score.
mate. And Isaac.
What about
Rankin, give me him.
young bloke there that
they're all
kicked
young.
his 600th goal
Oh,
on the
that
weekend?
young Taylor
Taylor
is it?
Walker.
Taylor
Yeah,
Walker.
from Broken
that-
Hill.
He's got a mo.
Yeah, he's a good young
How good
fella.
will he be when he gets older?
gonna
He
be
gets a
good.
little bit more experience under his
gonna be
belt.
And he'd be
Very
tougher
good.
too.
He's only kicked 600 goals.
Yeah, it's nice.
63 for the year.
He's kicked more goals than Jonathan Brown, who I don't rate.
You would never get that in a trivia.
No
wouldn't,
way.
would you?
Well, you wouldn't think that
You know,
Taylor Walker kicks
He's a bit
600
overrated,
career
Jonathan
goals.
Brown, I reckon.
Yeah, he's a good player. Very good player.
Very good. Not good. Very
His
In a
leadership
champion
was
side.
tremendous.
Leadership, yes. As a leader, yeah, I agree with him. As a player, take the leadership away. As a player, he was very
okay.
good.
I think he had moments. I don't think he was sensational.
I remember
he's
that
had moments, big marks. Like, Jonathan Brown. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's it for that game. Okay. Saturday night footy, Carlton 9-6-60 defeated Melbourne 8-8-56.
Is that half time?
That score is the correct score, but it shouldn't have been that. Melbourne should have won by a point because that ball was not touched.
Yeah, everyone's saying
The
that.
umpire stuffed it up, the goal umpire.
Yeah, because he
made the incorrect call.
And that's what I said to
And unfortunately, when it
Young
goes to the
Vito.
arc, we can't blame the arc.
No. Because they couldn't see that it was touched or not.
The goal umpire's called a point,
Correct.
and he was wrong.
Yep. I agree.
Jeez, Carlton win,
Good luck to him.
and that's the way it crumbles.
I'm going to say one thing.
That's costly.
And that rolled into Matilda's winning. Well,
did.
Matilda's
We have,
rolled
to,
into that.
we have to mention that first before we go to
Great
Carlton.
win by the girls.
Come on.
Incredible.
That penalty shootout was
That was
something else.
enthralling. mate.
How intense was it?
Oh,
It was-
my
It
Lord.
was the same as like in Sydney when Kale had his.
Oh, it was worse.
Mate, when a
worse.
bloke John Aloisi scored the penalty puts in
Sorry,
the
I said
famous
Kale.
World
Sorry,
Cup, right?
Aloisi, yeah.
When John Aloisi comes out and goes, I don't think I've seen a penalty shootout
that's-
quite
And did
like
you
it.
say, are you serious?
Like,
No,
I'm thinking,
he said it last night after the thing.
He goes,
said,
"Oh, I don't
I've
think
never
I'm-
seen
yeah."
anything like that in my life.
He goes, "This is
"I'll
incredible."
I'll happily take a back seat to that."
he goes, I got
Which is-
goosebumps. He
yeah.
actually
It
said,
was good to
I
watch.
just want to say something about that. Like, we all watched it.
Yeah.
oh, no, that
All of
was...
Australia watched it.
Yep.
AFL,
Oh, lovely. Go.
you made a huge decision Saturday night, changing the game from 7:25 to 7:30. What did that achieve, boys?
I'll tell you.
What did 5 minutes achieve?
I know what it achieved. I had to go and have a wee, and I was able to
Right.
go.
So
And then wash my hands.
So
5 minutes.
8:05, because I looked at the time as soon as the shootout finished, right? 8:05, and that was extended. So
That's 20 minutes in the first quarter.
right, so would it have killed you to start at 8:10 like the West Coast game? Is it the end of the world?
Just a one-off. You're talking
One-off.
about a one-off.
Make
Is
the
it the
call
end of-
right. No, it's not. And this is the
How
problem.
hard is it? How hard
I
is it to
agree.
do that?
Oh, I
Okay.
find it mind-boggling.
Hang on.
I agree.
This is. I just want to ask you, right now. So AFL, big corporation. A lot of people work there, right? Surely someone can type
Yeah.
GOOGLE.com and go, what are the rules of football/soccer? Okay, so you have 90 minutes, then 30 minutes after that, and then penalty
shootout went forever.
Okay, how long does that go for? Let's start the game at 8:10. Is that so freaking
not.
hard?
It's not.
Instead, they alienated everyone from what that game started at quarter time. Because if you see the score at quarter time, it was 2 points to a goal.
So-
Because Carlton
even the
Melbourne
players
watching
didn't
it.
play, right?
So tell me something. As soon as that Carlton game would have started at the ground, obviously the things, the screens
Off.
are off.
Embarrassing.
That is
disgraceful.
embarrassing. That's the best way to put it.
Today I spoke to a few
Disgraceful.
people who worked that game.
Which game? Carlton.
The Carlton Melbourne, I spoke to a few that worked, a couple that worked it last night, and they said that they were glued to it. And in the box,
Everyone.
obviously, they
Yeah.
had,
They had footage of it, yeah.
and they turned it off, and there were swarms of people walking to the back because they kept
because
the
they had
TVs
all
on.
the TVs on around the ground.
Yeah, around the back
Just
and
not
in the
main,
food outlets.
Yeah, I read that, yeah.
And they felt it was just so weird that first quarter. I don't know what it come up like on.
We didn't watch
We
it.
didn't watch it.
We didn't
Oh,
watch
because
it.
you're- yeah,
Mate, we're
yeah.
watching them.
No, he said, he goes, I'm not changing.
less if it's
I
my
thought you
team
might
or
have,
not.
yeah.
He goes, I'm not
No
changing.
way.
He said, he goes, I'm not changing it.
But
Four.
it was
It's
just
one game of football.
and they felt it was eerie at the time. Now, yeah,
Now, again, AFL, are you just stupid or are you stupid?
No.
You're one or the other. You're stupid or stupid.
No,
Either way, you're
because
stupid.
they feel threatened, mate.
exactly.
About what?
They are petrified of, for some reason, any code getting near them.
Yeah. He's got...
That, you know how 1950s
They've
that
cornered
is?
the market, and why don't they
But
realise
how
that?
1950? Hang on.
But hang on, we're talking...
Why,
Sorry.
why don't you maximise it by starting at 8:10 so
Yeah,
everyone
exactly.
watches your bloody game? This rubbish
exactly.
game was a rubbish game, right? Watches the Matildas, everyone's happy, and then go, oh, the footy starts in 5 minutes. Great.
But it's not just
Correct.
also that. I was talking together during the week, and I said, why did the AFL go, okay, here's a great marketing ploy.
Yeah.
Let's start the game at 8:10. Let's
Yep.
put it on the screen
Yep.
and ring up, what's the Australian Soccer Federation, whatever the merchandise, and go,
Yep.
have you got 50,000 yellow
Scarves,
and
yeah.
green scarves? Because we want everyone that comes into the ground,
yeah.
here's your scarf.
Here's your scarf,
Watch
yep.
the Matildas,
Yep.
and then when the game finishes,
Fantastic.
watch Carlton
Get a
Melbourne.
free scarf if you go to the game.
AFL missed a golden opportunity, didn't they?
They're
You know-
delusional,
Yeah.
dumb.
Yep.
They've got no idea, no forward thinking at the AFL. Zero.
None. None. And then they could have even gone to the soccer field or wherever it was and said, look, we're going to cut you a favour, but you owe us one moving forward forward.
No problem.
We don't know what it is now, but you owe us one moving forward. And I'm sure Soccer Australia
no
would have said,
worries.
yeah, no
They're not
worries.
stupid because they're
Not
going to look at it and go, the biggest code in Australia. Of course, we'll
You're
we'll
never
let you
going
one.
to beat the AFL.
You've got to work together here, mate.
That's right.
You're talking about a one-off here.
Yeah.
These Matildas have made the last 4 of the World Cup.
Yeah.
You're talking
Yeah,
about
it's a
the
big deal.
best in the world, mate.
Yeah.
Whether they get any further or not,
In the
remains to
biggest
be seen. But-
tournament on the planet.
On the planet.
And by the way, that's Wednesday night, Australia, England. Oh,
yeah,
yes.
it's going to be exciting.
cracking.
And then finally on your 8-10, like I said it last week. Yeah, I mentioned it last week about the round 24 fixture. It's easy to fix up and make every game not double up for the final round of the year. How do they do that for the whole year?
It's still too hard for them.
AFL is amateur football league.
It is. They're so amateur.
Don't get me
It's not
started.
fun.
Like today at a VFL game, they got count up clocks. Why don't we have countdown clocks on the scoreboard? The subs are. Anyway, we've gone on too long.
Anyway, I think
Carlton
can win the premiership.
I have to start agreeing.
Legit, it's not even a question now.
I have to
think
start
they can
agreeing.
win it. I think they can win it. Your thoughts?
They can. I'm not saying they will. Well, I agree. They,
Actually, all right. How about you tell me why they can't win it?
Just a little bit worried about
bottom tier players.
their bottom half.
Yeah, they
in
won't
big
exist
games.
in 3 weeks.
They've got a few out.
Walsh,
Oh, great.
Chera, McGovern,
Yep, beautiful.
come back.
And that helps.
Yeah.
And that helps.
That's 4 big names.
Yeah.
That's why I think
That
they
helps.
can win it. If there was if they didn't exist,
because they've shored up every department
They have.
that they had problems with at the start
They
of the
actually,
year.
they actually can. I said last
I
week.
think they can.
I think
I
they
think
can.
they're
I'm not
very
saying they will.
dangerous.
I'm not saying they will, but they can.
I won't say that. Gee, that's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a really good question.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is with you. And I'm a bit the same. I don't trust them because they
Yeah.
haven't shown me that. You know, no, they're starting to show me
Well,
now.
they've beaten all the top three teams
three
now.
teams.
I agree, but what I'm saying
can
is
you do? I mean-
you're used to not trusting them.
Yeah.
Correct?
I don't know what more I want to see.
That's my point.
I don't know.
But this is what I'm saying to you, Ange. You don't trust them. I'm probably trusting them a bit more now, but you're still in that mindset of like, I can't trust Carlton. I haven't trusted them for 10 years, for 20 years, 15
Oh,
years.
it's not so much that. It's what I saw in the first 10 weeks of this year. But they've rectified that.
But that doesn't count now,
Yeah,
if you
what
know
I
what I
like
mean.
is like, at the start of the year, they're bringing the ball forward and it was like a brick wall. It was just
Yeah.
coming straight out.
Now
That doesn't happen now.
It doesn't
No.
happen now, yeah.
So
Which
they've
is
got
important.
their front half going. Can they win it? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Melbourne can win it.
Melbourne can win it.
They can win it. Collingwood can win it. They're the ones.
That's about it.
Don't get me wrong.
I don't think anyone else can.
If it's Collingwood, Melbourne, and Carlton in the final,
It'd
in the
be
preliminary
good.
final,
Yeah, it'd be good.
Preliminary final week,
Along with Port Adelaide, let's be honest, because they'd be the top 4.
Port Adelaide deserve a top 4.
Deserve top 4.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that.
That's fine.
Preliminary
Yeah.
finals, yeah, I'd be happy with that.
Anything else to add about Carlton? Because we haven't really spoken a great deal.
I don't know. I just thought. The only thought I've got is they can win the flag now. I don't know. It's weird. Like you said to me, enjoy it, right? And I
Yeah.
said, no, there's a couple
Yeah.
of weeks coming up. They
And
want
you
to
have.
these ones, and I've that's
And
it.
I don't think I'd ever live, because I didn't know you in 1995,
I was there that day, by the way.
because we met a little bit after that. But
Yeah.
I've never heard him say Carlton can win the flag.
Oh, since
is
I've
it-
known you.
20 years I've known you,
Is it-
25
is it
years.
Carlton or Carlton?
Carlton. It's Carlton.
Carlton.
Anyway,
Yeah. All right. We'll move on.
Move on.
move on.
Carlton Club Corner finished.
The game we weren't going to
Oh.
discuss. West Coast 4-9-33, whacked by Freo 2014 134.
Excuse me.
Vito's got to go to the
He
toilet.
had a crack. Not a crack.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a comedy act, this man. at
Oh, hang
times.
on.
We're watching the Carlton game. Freo 2, West Coast 2-1-13 to 1 behind. Oh, I told you West Coast can win this. I said, are you delusional?
No, you said
33 to 130. So they kicked 2 goals
To 20.
of the next
Yeah.
20. Two of the
No,
next
22.
You tell me how that man keeps his job. I'm staggered.
Mate, he doesn't. Surely
Well,
he
okay,
doesn't.
well, they're adamant.
101 points.
They kicked 4-9-33.
There was a big controversy in this game. There was a late out
Yeah.
Hoff. Like,
Yeah.
literally the ball
Hoff
was
off.
just about
Similar to our mate
even later. Later than Dante. Like, he was on the bench, this guy.
Didn't hear it, didn't know of it.
No, I didn't
No,
know.
I just-
That's how much interest we took in the
Yeah,
game.
no.
Well,
That's
there
what I
was
mean.
Carlton, Melbourne, and then
Yeah,
there was the
no.
Matildas, and I
No.
just didn't have any more energy to get.
No, no,
Can
no.
I wanted to say one thing. I wanted to know if you felt the same. Going back to the Matildas game, when that game finished, when that game finished, I was like a little bit up and about.
Yeah, same here. We're both.
And then I was like, all right, let's get to the footy. And how was the low? Was there a lull? Did
Yeah,
you go?
What did I say to you? I'll go,
You
what's
sit there
this
and go,
rubbish?
put the footy on, 10 minutes has gone by, and I go, This is doing my head
Mind
in.
you, it was Carlton Melbourne. It was an
Yeah.
important game. It was a
boring.
big game. It was
boring.
such
He's
a
right.
lull.
Yeah, it's the best way to say it.
Seriously.
It started
But anyway,
getting a bit
Conditions
exciting.
weren't great, granted. But
No,
but
but it was just a nothing
barring the
game.
last 10 minutes because it was close.
Oh, probably last quarter was good. I
Yeah,
think
it
that
was
a bit
boring.
exciting.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You're right, because Matilda's up and
you're
about.
on a high, yeah.
And then you're
Unbelievable.
and then you put that on your
get the next game going,
So maybe,
Andrew.
yeah, let's
go.
not worry about West.
Sunday, UTAS Stadium. It was Hawthorn 9-13-67, beating the Dogs
I love
9-10-64.
it. I adore it.
We both, all three of
we
us,
all said, yeah.
you
They can
don't
get
want to
them.
be losing this if you're a Dogs.
But we also said that Hawthorn could get
Could
them.
get them.
Tell you what, mate, that bloke who's gone from tennis to footy is a gun. I told you he's a gun.
Newcomb.
Told
He's
you
only
he's a
played 50 games.
Do you see how?
already
Do you
started.
see today? I don't know if there's a bit of play. No, what you, mate, on
Yeah,
the
he
boundary
shrugged
line.
off left foot or something.
Yeah.
What's his name? Waitman wanted to be tough.
Yeah.
Just clean.
And he was like,
Waitman fell to the ground.
mosquito.
Yeah.
Got away, and then he's this beautiful. He's a good footballer, mate. Join. They've got their midfield. Walpole, Newcomb.
I told you Hawthorn's on the right
They're
path.
on the right pathway,
They're
mate.
on the right-
And
they're on the
Mitchell,
right
Mitchell
path.
A
is
lot
a
of
gun.
North supporters have got a bit of jealousy about it, and I was saying,
no.
don't be jealous. Not jealousy, but well, look at Hawthorn. They're moving forward quicker. But
I think we'll move forward now.
in
Don't we
North,
will.
it's not North's defence. This is about Hawthorn. They've had a settled coach who is arguably the best coach in the comp.
Yeah. Oh, I told you. he
Modern,
was.
in touch with the modern game, in touch
Innovative.
with the young blokes.
Not scared to. Yeah.
Yep. And they have had no off-field problems whatsoever. And before anyone says, oh, yeah, they did. They had the racism scandal.
They had
No, they
nothing-
didn't.
yeah, they had nothing
Because
to do
the
with Hawthorn.
coach in question
Yeah.
That
was at
killed
another
us
club.
more than what it killed
yeah,
North more than what it
had
killed
nothing to do
Hawthorn.
with Hawthorn. There was
Right.
no one at Hawthorn. You know what I mean? The coach in question was at another club.
Correct.
So I just think that they've had a really good year.
But I look at
Yeah.
just because we're on that. I'm not talking about North, but Clarkson does look a lot more relaxed now.
Seems like it.
Seems like it. And even when he spoke in his press conference, I
As
thought,
you would be if there's like,
Yeah.
it's all said and done.
But as for
Yeah.
Hawthorn, he's been saying it. They're on the
I've been
right
saying,
path.
I
You're right.
love what I
You're
see.
right. What was English
Mitchell-
doing at the end?
Well, he just tried to.
Yeah, he was
it wasn't
speaking
his
another
fault.
language.
Mind your language.
Oh,
Was it English?
how good was Mind Your Language? Ian?
Mind your language was good.
Jeez, let's not get started.
Doesn't apologize, sir. Thank you very much.
Did you watch Mind Your Language?
Oh,
Yeah.
tremendous.
The most racist. It,
Oh,
it would never
It
last.
was horrendous.
Mate, Giovanni the Italian said to the Spanish, you Spanish omelette. Called him a Spanish omelette.
Okay.
Anyway, Tim English, what was he doing?
He just wanted to move
Kick the
it
ball.
quickly. Oh, what-
What's the quickest way to move the football in this
By
sport?
foot.
Kick
Kick
the
it.
ball. Why is he running with the ball, bouncing?
Because-
Look, kick the ball.
Jeez, the Bulldogs were feeble today. Let's be honest. They were so
Was the
feeble.
Liberatore injury a turning point or no?
Oh,
yeah,
mate.
it was, yeah.
We spoke about him last night. How good is he, Libba?
No,
I've never given him
a superstar. He's a superstar of the competition.
He is. He's actually.
We named our top 5. Is he 6th?
He's top 10 in the AFL. He's
Yeah, I agree
every
with that.
week he gives you his best game
Yep.
every week. Might not be the
So
best
is-
on ground because who?
No, keep going, sorry.
No, might not be the best on ground, but he gives you his best game, which is probably top 5 every week.
well,
on,
Sorry, you
No,
were going to
that's
say.
right, that's it.
No, one more thing I was going to say. Is Luke Beveridge overstayed his welcome there?
Yeah.
He's done.
yeah, I think so.
Oh, it's got to be. I'm
the
not going to
club
go at
needs
him
a-
or anything like
no.
that. Just, is he overstayed his welcome? Is it done? Is it
think
need
so.
just a new voice,
They
a
need
new
a fresh
style?
face because
That's
they've got a
what it
good
is.
list.
I think
Some
so.
good
Yeah,
players,
I
like.
think
I think
they've-
They'll
he's
look
wasting
back,
it.
They'll look
Yeah.
back on this era as one that got away. I reckon they
Yeah,
could
yeah.
have jagged a flag somewhere in there.
another
Where are they?
No,
Where are
they
they?
ran into a Melbourne.
Never look.
They ran into a red hot Melbourne in COVID.
Yeah,
But they were 3 goals up in that
I
third
know.
quarter.
We all thought Bontempelli was going to win it for the Dogs.
We did.
Well, the fella's
then-
going to win this game for the Dogs.
And then
and that was
Petrarca
it.
won it for the.
For the Cats.
They're
He was
sitting,
the Cats.
they're sitting on the verge, mate. They've got same points as Essendon and GWS.
Well,
their
I
percentage
can't
is
see
getting-
anyone
yeah, like-
coming in. I think they'd still scrape in. But then again,
Mate, if they play Carlton in the first final, Carlton will destroy them.
Whitewash.
Destroy them, I'm telling you now.
I'll take Bulldogs in round 1.
well, they're at home, but they got Geelong in the last round. That at Geelong at Geelong.
That
Yeah.
little thing.
Yeah.
down
So
there,
it might go down to that.
Anyway.
But anyway,
which we can't take seriously down there anyway.
the afternoon game was at Marvel Stadium. St Kilda 14-9-93 put Richmond to sleep 8-9-57.
It was a sleeper hole. Remember that wrestling? Oh, Larry O'Day's got the sleeper hole going.
Larry O'Day.
Aussie wrestling, 1970s.
Now, what are they going to give
Don't
us?
you
some,
remember Mario Milano?
some, yeah,
Yeah, I
I do.
remember Mario
But you're
Milano.
going to give us at least some 1985 ones.
Bulldog,
Like
what's his name?
the Bulldog.
British Bulldogs.
British
British
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, but there was Bulldog Brower. Aussie
Yeah,
one
there
here.
was the Heart Foundation.
Oh, what about the Macho Man?
What about Mr. Fuji?
Mr. Fuji, yeah, remember him? He had the little...
Yeah,
the
and
mo-
the Iron Sheik.
Yep.
Come on, give us one.
Iron Sheik passed away this year.
He did, I heard about that.
Nikolai Volkov.
Nikolai Volkov. What about
Volkov.
Mr. Wonderful?
Oh, Paul Orndorff.
We obviously
that
watched
it?
that. Come on, give us a wrestler.
Oh, I can give you. I still watch it to this day. So for
Give me one. No, give us an 80s one.
an '80s one.
What about a female one?
Tina
Wendy
Santana?
Richter.
Oh, yeah.
Ted Santana.
Tina
Oh, Ted
Santana.
Santana.
Ricky Dragon Steamboat.
Yeah, hang
Oh, I
on. What
forgot
did
about
Ted
him.
Santana? Arriba.
Yeah.
Ricky Dragon Steamboat.
And Jesse Ventura always
Jesse
used to
Ventura.
call him Cheeto Santana.
What about Brutus Beefcake?
Yeah,
Brutus
the Barber.
Beefcake.
The Barber.
Oh, Brutus the Barber.
You're
Brutus
missing the biggest name of all
Hulk
time.
Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
Please.
And I've met the Hulkster.
Have you?
Yep, at the airport.
Did
I
you
was
say it
working
on your
there.
way through?
No, I was actually off, but he was couldn't
Oh,
walk.
actually,
Yeah.
we did miss two big ones.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
King Kong Bundy
And Big John
Oh.
Studd.
a Big John Stud,
Oh, Big John
and
Stud.
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant, the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So there was a sign, Big John Studd, back in the 80s, and I'll try and find it and put up for you. So his name was Big John Studd, right? Someone held up a sign, Little John Dud. Superb. I'll try and find it.
Who's Hillbilly Jim?
Hillbilly
He had
Jim.
the
Messing with the country boy.
the country
song.
boy.
Don't go messing with a country boy, a country boy, a country boy. Don't go messing with a country boy.
All right, enough of wrestling. But anyway.
I can't wait for the edits if he can get all those wrestlers.
The
in-
WWE will sue us, mate.
Oh, we can't put them up.
Yeah, I can
Probably
put
not.
pictures up.
Yeah, pictures there.
jeez.
Anyway,
Anyway.
the wrestling cards?
I've got the whole set.
I've got some of them, yeah.
I've got the whole
some-
set. I can't believe what they're worth.
Not much, are they?
No, not too bad.
Too bad, all right.
Well, St Kilda nearly kicked
That's all we've got to talk about for Secure to Richmond.
Yeah, well, they nearly kicked 100 points. I just wanted to say.
Unbelievable.
Richmond, I'll say this. Northwood show next week against them.
The season's
MCG.
now shot.
Tough
Maybe
one.
not. Yeah, maybe not. The
The
G.
season's now shot.
Yeah, it's done now.
Yeah, maybe not. No, I watched it, and St Kilda were just more
That was
organised.
too good, yeah.
Yeah,
Got off to a good start, and that was the end of the game.
Let's be honest here. The Richmond year is done.
No, it's done. Yeah, we know that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I haven't got much else. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't really got much else.
Nah,
on that.
it's again, did what they had to do.
That's right.
Richmond were no threat, and that was it.
And talking about doing what they had to do at Adelaide Oval, twilight game, Port Adelaide 21-10, 136, or 136, as I keep getting told.
Yep.
GWS 13-7, 85.
Jeez, that's a belting.
And that was worse, I think, with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
It was about 70 points or something
Something like
one
that.
stage.
But they flexed their muscles, Port Adelaide. They needed to, let's be honest.
Business
They-
trip, even though they were at home.
Business trip. Let's have a look.
Like, it's
need-
amazing. They play all right without Dante.
Oh, come on,
Key.
boys. I feel
That's
sorry
the
for
key.
him. I like that.
well, they had the fourth string ruckman, and he did all right.
Yeah.
Horn Francis, 3 goals and 27 touches.
Yeah, he played
I've got-
well.
I did see.
Well, their top 3 players were Horn Francis,
Butters and Rosie.
Rosie.
What
What's
about
new, right?
What about Toby, 27 and 2 goals too? He's a
Yeah, but he
star.
wasn't.
I know, but mate,
He wasn't damaging. He really wasn't. Like, he was just.
They would have clamped up on him.
That,
He
yeah,
played
for
the
sure.
midfield a lot.
For sure.
I don't know. Gee, I didn't like GWS today. I thought they were.
Although Port were at their best.
They were.
They were.
They were.
But they were allowed to be. They were
It
running.
was a good
free.
opposition
Like,
that they've beaten too.
it was, but you wouldn't have known it from today.
Yeah.
Like, watching today's game.
But GWS, a youngish list, they're always going to fall over at some stage. Do
I
you know what I
agree.
mean?
Of course.
You said they'd win the flag
Oh, it
2
was
weeks
crazy.
ago.
You lost my
Unbelievable.
mind.
That was the
Madness.
night we were eating the red and brown,
Yeah.
red and green chocolate,
Yeah, the
red and blue
chocolates,
chocolates.
yeah. That was that
Must have
night,
been the
yeah.
blue one.
Yeah,
Must
that's
have been.
right.
Yeah, that's.
I just want to go on, changing the subject slightly now that we've done all the games. Ben Cunnington,
Good on him.
good. He played okay
Great
too.
career.
Mate.
You didn't mention it.
I didn't mention
His
it. I
stats-
can't believe I didn't mention it. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that just for a second. Sheer respect for the bloke.
We don't play club corner again.
No, we're not playing cup corner. No. But 24 possessions. I think he had 10 or 11 clearances and kicked 2 goals. Mate, you can't ask for more than that.
Yeah.
And he was good. Like, he didn't really make any errors. Smart. He's still smart. He could still go on, mate. I know
Nah,
he
he
disagrees.
could, he could.
Yeah, he could.
He could.
He could.
I think his health.
He's not
His
interested.
health.
That's
he's not
different.
interested. Yeah.
But he's still up to it, if you get what I mean.
I've got an incredible
So is Wayne
stat.
Carey, but
I've got an incredible stat. So Ben Cunnington debuted in round 5, 2000.
Oh, I know the stat you're going to say. It's
Have you
incredible.
heard it?
It's an incredible stat. You know it?
Okay. So it's just for the viewers, not for you two.
well, we don't.
The coach was Brad Scott, and the opponent that day was Hawthorn, and the coach for Hawthorn was Alistair Clarkson.
Incredible.
And then in his last game,
Vice versa.
swapped.
That's
Revol-
honestly after all those years, is that
The same
mind-boggling?
coaches started and finished with the same coaches in the
That's
same group.
crazy.
Isn't it? It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like
You couldn't.
you couldn't script that.
No,
could
you
you?
couldn't script that.
I've got one
Just
for
one.
you. David Cloak
Yep,
wore 33.
Yeah.
333 games.
Kicked
Kicked 333 goals.
that's unbelievable.
It's
That's a
amazing
fact.
how that
That's a
happened.
fact.
And mind you, his last game he kicked 8 goals against Carlton because I was there that day.
He did kick 8.
So it's not like
He did
had
kick
333
8.
playing.
They were trying to kick 8 goals.
8 goals?
He did kick 8.
But I just want to go. Your opinion on him? Just is
Ben
as a whole.
Cunnington?
I think he's been an absolute legend for North. He's been fantastic.
Are you
Go
leading into what I said during the week off air?
No. I'm actually
Oh, right.
not going to crack.
I think he is
you're-
in North's top 5 of all time.
I don't know about 5. I'll put him in my top 10, yes. He makes my top 10. I don't know about top 5. I'd have to really think about that. But top
Yeah.
10, yes. But, mate, top 5, top 10, you're a legend.
Tremendous footballer.
Absolutely.
2-time best and fairest winner. Hard
You don't
nut.
agree?
Went forward.
Just a very good footballer, that's
very
it.
good footballer.
Very good. Not top 10.
Jeez.
Not top 10.
No.
So I'm way out top 5.
Yeah, way out. Shannon
Top
Grant's
10.
better than him.
No.
Played 300
No,
games.
no. I'm not looking at games.
He was a
We
Norm
look
Smith
at-
medalist.
But we look at but
He
Peter
was a
Bell.
star.
Peter Bell was better than him that day. He was.
Debatable, but anyway.
But I'm not looking at games. I'm just talking for sheer
Oh, wait,
ability
in the
and
RFL Grand Final.
Yeah. Well, I know Shannon Grant won games of footy.
He was fantastic.
Ben Cunnington's consistency.
Yeah,
For a
over
long
the-
time.
Correct. But he could go forward, kick your goals.
He was-
I mean, he
yeah.
won games off his own boot. Nah.
See,
top 10, yes.
You know he only kicked 98 goals. I thought he kicked more.
Isn't that incredible?
I think
I'm staggered.
The back end of his career, he kicked
goals.
more.
He didn't kick
Yeah,
him
he
at the
was
start.
an out-and-out midfielder when he started
was.
and never went forward.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, when they said 98 goals, yes, I thought. Because the way they always talk about goal kicker.
I'm
can
with
go
you. I
forward.
reckon he's been sensational. But anyway, we've gone off the topic.
I like
there,
one of
but-
the young players, they wrote on like their Instagram goodbye, instead of writing an old-fashioned good luck card, one of the young players said, "Thanks, Ben, I'll never hear from you again." He never spoke.
Yeah. He's another mute like Matthew Cruiser.
Yeah, Humphrey.
Anyway.
And there you have it, our review of round 22. Let us know in the comments what you thought of our review, and we'll see you in the next one.